Alright, next we're going to talk about how to mix colors. So we're going to start off with our first color. Rinse our brush, making circles in the water. Now we're going to rub, like we're petting a baby animal, our paint color that we want. Now I'm going to do what's called a dry wash, where I try to fill in the space. And if I need to get more paint, I'm going to rinse my brush, rub my paint, and paint my paper again, which are our steps. We have to always follow our steps. Alright, so my box is all filled with green. So my next step is I'm going to rinse and I'm going to get the next color. So I'm rinsing my brush, I'm petting the red very softly, and I'm petting softly in the same space as the green. We're going to do what's called layering, which means we're putting one color on top of another to see what new color it makes. So we're putting a wet paint on top of a wet spot on the paper. And obviously I need a little bit more red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow my paint steps. So I'm going to rinse my brush again. I'm going to rub my red to get a little bit more red. And then I'm going to continue painting that space. Right? So we are going to take a few seconds to make a rainbow using just red, yellow, and blue. Rinse your brush, and we're going to start with red. So get a little bit of red. And let's actually do a box. We're going to do a rainbow box. And we're going to paint half the box, a little under half of the box, red. Go ahead and do that. Do not paint the whole box. Now I'm going to rinse my brush. I'm going to get my next color. The next color is yellow. So if you guys know your rainbow order, you know that after red actually comes orange, not yellow. But if we mix red and yellow, it makes a new color. So let's see what new color it makes. So we're going to start a little above the red, not at the top, because that's where our blue is going to go. And we're going to paint over the red. Ooh, look what's happening. It's turning orange. Alright, so now we have red, orange, and yellow, and we layered, which mixed a new color, which is our color orange. So we're going to take a moment to finish that, see if you can get it. You should have 3 colors on that space now. And then you're going to follow your steps by rinsing. And now we're going to get blue, so rub your blue gently. And we're going to start at the top of the box for this last part. So we're going to fill up the rest of our box. So the top is blue, and paint down, and cover part of the yellow. Let's see what happens. Ooh, look! What color is that? Is it our last color of the rainbow? Green? Yes! Alright, so we are mixing a color, or missing a color. Right now we have red, we have orange, yellow, green, and blue. Take a guess with your group, what color is missing? Alright, so 2 colors we haven't mixed yet are red and blue. So we're going to follow our mixing pattern, rinsing first. We're going to grab a little bit of red, and we're going to put that at the very, very edge of the paper over the blue. Remember, we're still layering. And I got a little bit too much red, but see what color it makes. Purple! Woohoo! Alright, so we have all 6 of our rainbow colors. We have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Alright, so what you guys are going to do next is you are going to follow those steps of rinse, paint, paper, in order to try and make your own colors. I want you to try and make as many new colors as you can. So try not to paint the same color in each of your boxes, and remember to paint over your color to layer them so that you can make a new color like I did here. Alright. If you need help mixing colors, we have our color chart that's over on the wall that shows you our primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue, our secondary colors, which are purple or violet, green, and orange, and then how to mix them. If you want to go further with your painting mixtures, you can also try something called mixing to go lighter and mixing to go darker. There's two ways to do both. So for mixing lighter, you can either add white, which you probably don't have in your thing, or you can have more water than you do paint. So that means you're just barely touching with lots of water on your brush, and you're trying to make it as light as possible. For getting darker, it's gonna add less water instead now though. So you might dry off your brush if your paint's already wet. And then you're just gonna rub, get as much paint on your brush as you can. And then paint it, and it should be darker than your lighter one. Or if you want it to get even darker, you can very carefully add a tiny amount of black. Black is our strongest color in paint, so you always want to be very gentle and only use a tiny, tiny bit to make your paint get a little bit darker at a time. And that's something you guys can do if you would like. You can also practice pre-mixing your colors in our mixing plates by following our steps. Rinse, paint, and paper. This would be your paper tester. Rinse, paint, paper tester to see what new color comes out before you put it on your paper. All right, the remainder of the boxes are yours to experiment with for the remainder of the class. Go ahead and get started.